Hey, fine people, thanks for checking out my video. Appreciates it. If you likes what you sees, please hit the like and subscribe button. Welcome, journey, entering. Let's go.
To me, it's about practicing. You just practice living in those other spaces of yourself, getting comfortable there, starting to know what your opinions are, what you think. And because a lot of it just starts there. What do you even want? Like that's actually a hard question. And then once you start to have those things, then instead of at a down moment, you get pulled into like checking your email for the 50th time in the hour, or you get pulled into comparing yourself to someone that you don't think you're as good as. Instead, you look at your bento, you look at the things you've written down that are important to you, and you're reflecting on what your deepest priorities are. And you're like, you know what, instead of wasting my time on Twitter for the next 6 minutes, I'm just going to call this friend. I was going to say what's up. And that's it.
Right.
That's all I'm going to do. And you know what? It's like you feel full. You feel full of so many things after that. When you look at Twitter for 6 minutes, you feel empty. You feel empty afterwards. There's nothing there for you. There's nothing there for you. And so, but these are strong patterns, loops we find ourselves in. So we have to create habits. We have to create intentionality. We have to create ritual, because we're all weak. I'm so weak. I need so many things to help myself be the person I'm projecting to you right now. I have so many tools and scaffolding up around me because I'm a human being, and that's what it's
exactly
like.
it. And right, your vulnerability and your willingness to admit that is exactly the type of mindset, the people, philosophy, whatever you want to call it, Bentoism, that people need to start taking on if we're going to change. Like I said, I'm saying the same thing you are, slightly different with these cores. It's like, okay, you're talking about pick up a phone and call your friend. That's your relationship core. And within each, you have, you're talking about these actions you're taking. And to me, I just associate them with habits, because to me, your brain scientifically, it's just the way it works. Like, we develop these habits. Your brain doesn't care if they're good or bad, helping or
Right.
right? They're doing their thing, and they're going to pay dividends over time, one way or the other. And so the idea is, okay, like we were both saying, flash forward to that future. What does that person want? Where does that person want to end up? And then what are the habits that you, right now, are not bringing you there, and that are not taking you to that place? And what do you have to replace them with? And then it starts with those small actions each day. And you don't want to overwhelm yourself, and all of a sudden, like I too, it's so funny. Like I very similar to you. I have an Excel sheet, and it's an app that I'm building. It ties into all this, but I literally have my 5 cores, and I have the habits I'm working on that week and my goals, and I go through it I rate myself every single day overall. How did I do today? In my 5 cores on a scale of 1 to 5. And then at the end of the week, once a week on Monday, I actually go through in detail, and I say, okay, and I look at each habit, and it just forces me to become aware. And, then throughout the day, I'm doing that habit where I'm checking my email for the 5th time in an hour. And I'm like, what are you doing? This is not aligned with your cores and your habits and where you want to end up. This is a time waster. This is not productive. What are the things that are most important to you, and what are those actions you're trying to take today, and are you taking them? And so I love that you have that philosophy, and you're saying it in your way, which ties into, and it proves to me, it's really good to hear you say it, because I have a lot of respect and admiration for you and what you've been able to do, and where you are in your journey to kind of say, okay, yeah, I'm on the right track too. Just like you said, we're all humans, we're all vulnerable, and sometimes you doubt yourself.
I mean, we're our boats look different, but we're all in a similar boat.